Hello, everyone. Welcome or welcome back to the Venusian Light Tarot. So today we are here to do an intuitive pick a card fire scrying reading. So I don't think that I've ever done this before on the channel, or if I did, it was a very long time ago. So what we're going to do is we're going to be setting the intention here for the candle flame to represent what is going to be happening in your life in the next 6 months. This can be give or take, of course, nothing is set in stone. So we're going to see what might be unfolding in the next 6 months. What predictions can we kind of peer into and see into? So we are going to do 3 different groups here. So before we make our selection, let's go ahead and call in spirit and set the intention. And if you do like this kind of reading, then we will add it, kind of into the rotation of readings that we do here on the channel. Okay, so Spirit, tune us in, please, to all of the souls that are present, that are here, that are watching this reading today. I trust that you will guide the right people to this reading and to the correct pile. So if you do feel drawn to this reading in any kind of way, to the title, to the thumbnail, if it pops up randomly at any time, it is timeless and it could be for you, but of course just take what resonates. If it doesn't feel right, if something doesn't feel aligned to you, it may not be your message. Allow me to be an open and a clear channel for everyone watching today, Spirit, for these 3 groups. Next 6 months or so, what predictions can we pick up on? Okay, so group number 1, you are going to be the blue candle. Group number 2, you are going to be the orange candle. And group number 3, you are going to be the green candle. So choose whichever one you feel most pulled to. Take your time, you can pause the video. The timestamps are going to be down below in the description box. And whenever you're ready, we will jump into group number 1. Hello, group number 1. If you chose the blue candle, let's go ahead and see what we can pick up on and channel into for you. Okay, so Spirit, tune us in, please, to all of the souls that are here, that are present for group number 1. So anyone drawn to this blue candle, allow me now to open up and be a clear channel for everyone watching. So from the time that they find this reading, what may happen in the next 6 months? So any predictions? What can we kind of gaze into over the next 6 months for all of the viewers watching? Okay, so let's go ahead and light your candle. Okay, so let's see. Predictions for the next 6 months. Group number 1. Okay, so I see a lot of you, something here about picking up speed. So you may have a lot to do. I'm seeing that if things have been a bit slow for you, and I can't tell if this is like in a neutral way or a good way or a bad way, but there may be a lot of things that you have to do. So maybe there's a lot of appointments to go to or a lot of busyness somehow. But they are saying that I see a lot of you being a bit more optimistic, or actually quite a bit more, they're saying. They're actually saying that the blue candle almost represents like a blue sky. So if you're drawn to this, I think that you're going to be in a better space mentally. I feel like there's more of a positive outlook, more of a positive mindset, feeling more optimistic. So whether this is, it feels like in general, but it also could be something more specific for you. For someone, I'm getting that you may be, I don't know why they're showing me like a lot of people like moving things into your home. So this could be like new furniture for some specifically. It could also be that you decide to renovate some part of your home, or it also could be something of like getting new clothes or deciding to switch things up in what you have in your closet, or something about bringing new things into your home. Remember, some of these can be specific, so if they don't resonate with you, it may not be for you. Yeah, for someone, I feel like there's positive news here also about some sort of test result. For someone, it feels like it's health-wise. So you may receive some positive, it just feels like things are lightening up. You will feel more positive, but for some, it could be directly because of some news that comes in. I also feel like you may be invited to some sort of gathering. It looks like there's a lot of people, like maybe 6 or 8 people. So maybe not like a lot, but it's not just like a couple of people. It looks like it could be either a family event or like a bonfire, it could be friends, something here that feels like you're invited somewhere or you host something. For someone, I feel like you may be, I'm seeing you like apply for things on a computer. So either you're applying to different schools or you could be applying to new jobs. It could be very different for everyone. It could even be like you're applying for a new program of some sort or classes, but something about online and applying for things. For others of you, this could be a new job that you will be starting, or that you feel like you need to look for a new job, either because you don't have a job or because you want to have something new. For someone, I'm also getting that you may take on new adventures when it comes to the outdoors. So it could be hiking, it could be deciding to go camping. Something about that did come through. So maybe like this outdoor camping you may go to. For some, it could be out of like a spiritual group of some sort, or you go with a group of friends. But either way, if it's with people or not, I feel like some of you are going to be doing more things outdoors, or even taking on a new hobby, which includes the outdoors. For someone, I'm seeing you catching up with an old friend. So it feels like it could be in person. So also I feel kind of on a similar note that came up earlier, I think, but a lot of you are going to find more balance in your life. So if you've been feeling like you can't really handle everything happening, or you've been feeling overwhelmed, there's a feeling of like things equalizing, things balancing. And for some, it has to do with your environment, the life that you're living, the routines that you have, or it could be that you just find something that works for you, that makes you feel more balanced, makes you feel happier, makes you feel more optimistic. But they keep showing things are like equalizing and balancing out over the next 6 months. And so you will find yourself to feel more calm and feel more balanced. For someone, I'm getting as well that there is more money coming in, and it seems like something about the steadiness, so more of a steady income. Whether this is because you have more to offer now that you're more balanced, if you have like your own business, or it could be that you have a new job that is more steady, has a more steady income. But I feel like a lot of you are going to be focusing a lot on the home. They're showing me somebody who's like going grocery shopping and can buy like the groceries that they want to buy, or more like, you know, healthier foods or more expensive foods, something like that. And there's something of like a steadiness that you're moving into over the next 6 months. I'm hearing coming out of the cave. Yeah, and I feel like some of you are going to be deciding to put yourself out there more, deciding to be more social maybe, or just deciding to come out of the cave in whatever way. It could just be expressing yourself more, going more places, adventuring more, but something here about coming out of the cave. For somebody very specific, I'm being shown a super specific message. If you're an artist, either graphic design I'm getting for somebody, or an artist, you may get some kind of big work to do, or project, or gig of some sort. Maybe this is for someone that you're doing that online, like you're putting your resume out there, or you're on some kind of website that freelancing of some sort. I don't know what exactly it is, but for someone, it's like you're getting some kind of big project and that will pay you very well, or that will be like a big thing for you, especially if you're an artist. Next 6 months. Yeah, I feel like some of you are going to be focused a lot on the home. I keep seeing you like in the home, cleaning the home or organizing the home. So I don't know if you've just moved in somewhere new or if you are deciding to, like, again, renovate your home. But it feels like there's a focus on getting the home in like an organized, or decorating it a new way. Yeah, and they keep showing you being on top of things. So if you've struggled to be on top of things you have to do, or bills or things like that, I feel like a lot of you are going to be much more, again, organized, but also able to do things by the deadline, get things done in time, stay on top of things. Okay, for somebody very specific, I'm seeing you doing a tarot reading for yourself, but for some, I'm hearing dabbling into it. So this could be if you have never picked up a tarot deck before, or you're branching off into exploring something spiritually. So maybe becoming a reader, or just wanting to start to look into how to read for yourself. I'm seeing some of you are going to be doing that. Okay, a super random message is coming through. Someone may install a gate or a fence. I think it's a fence. It could be a gate or a fence. Maybe like fencing in your yard, or something about putting up a fence. Yeah, they keep showing this like worries are passing by, or the worry is gone. So I don't know what happens to, like get you to this place. It could be different, or it could just be something that is personal to everyone. But it seems like the anxiety that you've had, or a lot of worry over something specific that has been like really constantly on your mind. Maybe it's financial worry, or maybe it's something else, but it's like you're not going to be feeling that anymore. By 6 months or so, you're not going to feel worried, or you're not going to feel so stressed mentally, or so much overthinking. Somehow you're either finding a way to alleviate yourself from that. And so it's like your thoughts are no longer going to be such an issue, or you will just not have that concern anymore. I'm hearing making lemonade out of lemons, and they're showing something about like squeezing the most out of life. So yeah, I think a lot of you, once again, will feel like more optimistic, or you're going to feel like you have more things to look forward to, more excited. Maybe you're just going to be shifting into this space of deciding to be happy, or deciding that you're not going to let something worry you anymore. And it feels like you will be, because of that, increasing your level of happiness and magnetism, and maybe feeling more just ready to embark on new adventures and try new things and things like that. For someone specific, or I'm getting two specific things here. For someone very specific, there's something about going to like a meeting. It almost looks like a rehab meeting. So if it's not that, it could be a group support, some sort of support group that you go to. Because they're showing me that when you sit like in a circle, or everyone talks about something. So something like that for somebody, or it could be just therapy. I don't know what kind of programs are out there, but some sort of therapy or rehab or a support group. Okay, I'm also being shown a lot of you, your intuition is going to greatly enhance. You may even, with the reference of like the tarot decks, for some, maybe you will decide that you want to really start to take that seriously, like to grow your spiritual gifts, or to look more into what sort of psychic gifts you have. But I think even just in a general sense, even if you're not doing that, your intuition's going to be really precise, and you're going to see that you are kind of like moving on up here spiritually, or things are opening, like doors of spirituality are opening for you. They keep showing like there's one specific thing you've been really worried about, and it's not going to be there anymore. But yeah, I mean, I think that it's come up now a couple of times, but I just think a lot of you're going to have more of like a work-life balance, or you're able to have more time to like take care of yourself, or to have self-care routines while also balancing out other things. So maybe there's just more of a balance. There's more of an ease and a flow. For someone specific, I'm seeing something about a canoe trip or a kayak, or you're going out on a lake of some kind, on a kayak. So yeah, a lot of like outdoor stuff. I don't know if you're going somewhere like a vacation, where you're going to be doing a lot of outdoor activities, or if you're just going to start to feel like you want to do more things like that. Anything else for group number 1, next 6 months predictions? What can we see here for everyone watching for group 1, next 6 months? For some, I feel like you may be coming to peace with somebody in your life that maybe you've had a difficult time with, or you've had disagreements with. You're gonna come to a level of peace with this person. Something about by Christmas time I'm hearing, but I think this is more about everything else that came up in the reading. There's more of like, you'll feel a lot more peaceful by Christmas time, which I guess would be kind of close here to, yeah, maybe like 6 months. So I think as you maybe wrap up this year, but remember it's timeless. So whenever you find it, you'll feel like you have a clearer direction of like your life, or you have a clearer direction and a more peaceful kind of space that you found within yourself, or a situation kind of resolves itself where you feel like you're settled into a certain routine, or you feel more at home. Okay, so that's it. So yeah, I will leave it here, group number 1. I hope that this could find who was meant for. I hope it could give you some insight. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and don't forget to check out our Patreon community for extra readings. And also, if you'd like to book a private reading, I have those details down below. And you can also follow over on Instagram for mini pick a card readings. So I will talk to you all in the next reading. Take care and lots of love. Hello, group number 2. If you chose this orange candle here, let's go ahead and see what we can pick up on and channel into for you. Okay, so Spirit, tune us in, please, now to everyone who's here, who's present, everyone who is drawn here to this orange candle. So allow me to be an open and a clear channel for everyone who's watching for group number 2. So we ask here for as much detail as possible. So we're going to look here at the next 6 months from the time that you find the reading. And it could be give or take. Nothing is in stone, so it could be a bit longer or shorter. But over the next 6 months here, what can we kind of peer into? What can we gaze into for your future? So what might be happening in the next 6 months for everyone watching here for group number 2? And just take what resonates. There could be some specific things that come up, so only take what feels right for you. So let's go ahead and light your candle. Next 6 months, group number 2. Okay, so I see some of you being able to overcome something that felt very challenging or almost like impossible. There's a few things coming up here at once. So before I forget the other message here, I feel like a lot of you are going to feel much more confident in yourself in the next 6 months. It's like there's something I'm hearing radiating off of you. So this could be a few things. Maybe some of you are going to kind of like put a final piece together with something. And then as that happens, it almost like creates this radiant confidence from out of you. So it could be several things depending for everyone. Like maybe you heal from a breakup, or you come to peace with the situation, or maybe you heal like a health issue, or something that feels like once that ends, or once that difficult challenge in the way comes to a close, you become very confident. Some of you here are going to find that a lot of animals are going to be drawn to you. And this flame, I just noticed, was like bending towards me. So yeah, I feel like there's a lot of like more magnetic energy that you'll be feeling, and also that people will notice about you. But yeah, some of you may find that animals come to you a lot more. I don't know if you're going to be volunteering with animals or spending time with animals, but there's something about pay attention over the next 6 months to the animals that come your way. I don't know if we have an eclipse coming up at some point, but I'm hearing something is significant about an eclipse. So if we do have one of those between the time that you find this and the next 6 months, that could be a important time for you. Okay, for someone here, you're going on a trip. It looks like a long trip, like a long road trip. Either you are moving from like across the country, or you're moving from even one country to another country, or this could just be that you're going on a road trip. But it looks like travel through, by a car. It doesn't have to be for everyone, but it looks like a long distance for some of you are going on a trip. I don't know if you're going there to move or just for a vacation. I can't tell, but there's a trip here. Okay, I'm also being shown that a lot of you are going to be quite discerning about the boundaries that you have. So you may even voice this to certain people, or there could be something that's just felt about you where you don't give so much out anymore. I don't know if you're telling people about this, or if it's just, again, that they feel this, or how it happens exactly, but there's something about your boundaries that are going to be like up very strongly, but it's in a healthy way. And there's a lot of change here. I feel like a lot of you over the next 6 months are going to find that there's many changes happening. And it's almost like too many little things to even pick up on, because they're just showing me like everything is changing, even if it's like little small things. It may not be for everyone like a huge change that you can like is a life-changing thing. It could also be, but it feels like there's small things changing as well. Okay, for someone, I'm hearing something of like a project or something that you're pouring yourself into. Again, this could even be a few different things with the orange candle too that you were drawn to. I think that you're going to find yourself to be really gravitating towards creative things. You may even find that you want to put like a different twist on the work that you do, or you may even take on like new things that are allowing you to be more creative. I see a lot of you doing that. There's somebody very specific in your life that has been, I'm hearing, nagging at you. I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's a boss or if it's a family member or a partner, but there's somebody who has been like in your ear or energetically causing a disturbance, because they're always there, or they're always kind of like putting a lot of pressure on you or nagging at you. I feel like this is probably that reference of the boundaries, that you're going to have a stronger boundary with this person. If you can't detach from them, or if that's not like what the situation is, you're just going to handle it better. Okay, for someone, I'm getting that you may receive, or I don't know if you receive it or hear it or see it, some sort of truth about a person from your far past, possibly even a group of people. Maybe it's like high school, or somebody that you used to know a long time ago. I don't know if this person's a friend or an ex or what this is, but there's something you're going to find out about this. They're not really giving me more about that, but you will see clearly. I also feel like if you are single, you may decide to start dating, or you're going to find that it's almost like they're showing me like people pop up, like new people pop up everywhere. So maybe it's like you weren't energetically ready for that before, but now you're going to find that people are going to sort of, it's like there's more opportunities for love that weren't there before, or maybe you weren't open to see that there's people who are interested in you, or there's people who you could get to know if you wanted to, but there's something about people popping up, they're saying. For someone, I'm getting something about your schedule being more clear, and I don't know what exactly that means. I don't know if you are taking some time off of work, but it feels more like it's in a neutral sort of way. So I can't tell if this is like it doesn't feel like a bad thing. It could be a few different things for everyone. Maybe you're just going to decide that you need to take a break, but it's going to be actually for you to re-spark some sort of passion and creativity in your life. So maybe you just have to think of new ways to do things, and you're not going to like have such a jam-packed schedule. Or maybe for others of you, it's in a good way to where you didn't want all of that on your schedule, but you can still, you know, be successful without having so much on your schedule. There's something like that coming through where you maybe not have so much to do, but it seems like it's serving you somehow. Next 6 months, group number 2. I don't know why they're showing me somebody listening to music on their headphones a lot more. I don't know what that means. I don't know if you're just relaxing more, or if you're just gonna like get into listening to more music. Yeah, and they're showing me like this energy of you slowly becoming more of yourself, or slowly allowing your personality to come out. Or if it is about dating for some, it's like it may take a bit of time, or it may take a few dates or something, but it feels like you're going to slowly allow yourself to be more open and more of yourself. So even just in general, regardless of dating or love, it just feels like you're going to feel more just yourself. For someone specific, I'm seeing you shopping like for perfumes for some reason, but I think they're showing this in a way to where like, yes, that could be that you're actually going to be doing that. Maybe you're going to be doing things that make you, you know, like feel more, that you take care of yourself more, or shopping for certain beauty products. But I also feel like it's just it's symbolic of you feeling more attractive maybe, or feeling more confident. And so it just feels like an energy more of that. Something here is coming up about gardening. So maybe somebody is going to start gardening, or if you are somebody who already gardens, I don't know, I just see you doing more of that. And yeah, I think that a lot of you are going to be putting yourself out there more. Again, it doesn't have to be just limited to love, but they're almost showing this in a way too of you maybe even like researching different things to do, or starting to think of new ways to do things. It's almost like they're showing me little leaves growing from different branches. So whether this is like new hobbies you have, or new interests, or new ways of like doing the work that you do, I don't know, it's going to be kind of different, or it's going to be a combination, but there's something of like you're ready to have like new little leaves grow of your life, and it's going to branch out into several different categories, and you're going to feel more inspired to do those things. For somebody very specific, I'm hearing you're finding the root cause, I just heard. And I think this is more of like a health thing, Or it could also be emotionally, like it could be something physically in your body, or it could be emotionally. You're finding the root cause, and it's gonna give you a lot of answers because you can find what is really causing something to happen, or why have I been in this cycle for a while, or something here feels like you're getting to the bottom of it. Yeah, they're showing a lot of like writing as well. Something about, I see a lot of you doing more, again, like creative things, but writing. So maybe you're going to get into like journaling or writing poetry, or something feels more expressive. Like you're going to find more time for that, or you're going to be naturally drawn to do those things. Yeah, for someone, it's like you are going to be adding on a different, either like a different job. It could be like having two jobs, or it could be that you're going to start to, I can't tell if it's like you're looking elsewhere for like an entirely new career path, or if it's just that you're adding on to something that you already do. But it seems like, or maybe like a new stream of income. It's like you're branching off when it comes to work though, and you're implementing something new or doing something new, or starting to look into how you can do that. Yeah, for someone specific, it's like you're going to be invited somewhere, having to do with something from an old friend, or it kind of came up earlier. I can't tell if it's connected to the same message about the truth, but something about receiving an invitation, or someone who wants to talk with you, who feels like a very long, like a very old friend. I'm even getting like middle school for somebody, or high school. Maybe there's a reunion coming up or something like that. Yeah, for someone, and again, for not for all of you, but for some of you, it's connected here to this childhood friend or old friend, but others of you, this could be a separate thing. But there's something about having to trust your intuition when somebody is showing you a red flag. So I don't know if someone's going to reach out, or you hear something connected to this person, or if it's not connected to the old friend, it could be separate, somebody else. But something of like, trust the red flag when it's shown to you. So you may have something like that come up in the next 6 months, where you have to really trust that this person is maybe not trustworthy, or there's something off here about the story. So they want you to trust that when that happens, or if that happens. For someone, I'm seeing something of like looking into where you could vacation. It seems more like you're looking into it rather than going there. But maybe planning something or booking something. It just feels like a lot of this is like looking into new things, like looking into what could I do in the future, or where could I go in the future, or maybe like starting to think of things for your life to like spice things up. That's kind of what this feels like over the next 6 months. For someone specific, you're going to realize that you're not happy where you live, and you're going to want to think about moving somewhere new. But I do feel like a lot of you might kind of take it easy, or go through a period of like emotional healing, or sort of go a bit up and down with that, where there are moments where you feel more inspired, or moments where you feel more of these kind of orange creative energies. And there's other moments where you feel more like taking a step back. For someone, I'm seeing you like watching certain spiritual podcasts, or spiritual teachers, or reading books on things like that, and spending time with yourself in that way, but beginning to embark maybe on that kind of journey of like looking deeper into things, looking deeper into your healing, or looking deeper into whatever the root cause of things is. Yeah, for someone specific, you could be going on a trip. I think I had already mentioned that, but for someone very specific, I'm getting either you're moving from, getting something here about England, but it looks like you're moving, or you're going to visit somebody. If you live in the States, you could be going over to Europe, but specifically I'm getting England. That's just super specific, but, or something, I can't tell if it looks like that general area, but someone could be going on a trip or visiting a friend. Yeah, and again, I just think a lot of you are going to be more open to love. Most of this is coming up as like romantic love, but I'm also getting like you could be more open-hearted in general. Like over the next 6 months, you're going to find yourself to be more receptive to like friendships, or more receptive to leading more from your heart. Any final message here for group number 2, next 6 months? What can they expect? Any predictions for the next 6 months? Yeah, I definitely do see those of you who are single, there's something about dates coming up. Like you're going to go on several dates. I don't know how you're going to meet them or what the result of them are. They're just kind of showing that maybe for some of you, it's more so just to kind of get to know new people, or to almost like experiment, especially if you've been single for a while. There's something of like starting to date. Yeah, and on that same note, they are showing that a lot of you over the next 6 months are going to be very clear about your past, especially if you have been not seeing something clearly about a person from the past, or you have not been able to figure something out, like where is that going to go, or would that have potential, or should I move on? There's something to where you are going to be seeing clearly, and for most it's going to be that you're ready to move on, but if just take it where it's going to apply for everyone, but you are going to have more clarity about those situations over the next 6 months. And they're coming in with kind of a side note here to say that your spirit team is heavily around you to lead you to these new people and to kind of help to take you away from the past. And then lastly, for somebody very specific, you could be completely changing your look, but it looks very like drastic. So for example, maybe you have always had like long blonde hair, and then you're gonna chop it off and dye it like black, you know, or it feels very like drastic, or just having a completely new way of dressing. Maybe there's some kind of procedure you're going through, but that's just for somebody specific. You may change drastically, but it looks like physical change, but it could, I mean, most times it's like it usually goes internally too. So maybe you're just going to kind of feel like you need a change. Like I need to change my hairstyle, or I need to change something that feels like it would reflect this new chapter or this new you. Yeah. But I will leave it here, group number 2. I hope that this was helpful for whoever it was for. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below. Let me know if you enjoy these fire scrying readings. And yeah, don't forget to check out our Patreon for extra readings. If you would like to book a private reading, I have those details also down below. You can also follow over on Instagram for mini pick a card readings. But I will talk to you all in the next reading. Take care and lots of love. Hello, group number 3. If you chose the green candle, let's go ahead and see what we can pick up on and channel into for you. Okay, so Spirit, tune us in, please, to all of the souls here that are drawn to the green candle. So everyone who's present, who's here, who's watching at this moment for group number 3. So allow me now to be an open and a clear channel for as much detail as possible. So we're going to take a look here at the next 6 months for everyone watching. So from the time that you find the reading, we're going to gaze in here to the flame in a moment and set the intention for this to hold the future predictions. And so it could also be give or take. You know, it could be a bit longer than 6 months. It's not going to be exactly, but we're going to try to see here next 6 months for the viewers What are the predictions? And just take what resonates. There could be some specifics that come up. So if they don't feel resonant for you, then you don't have to take them, of course. Okay, so let's light your candle. Group number 3, predictions next 6 months. Okay, so I did just get this feeling come over me of almost like feeling a bit lost. So for some of you, maybe you are going to be feeling a bit lost. It could be that you are in like a transitional phase or a void space, or over the next 6 months or so, there may be, I am kind of getting that like a little bit of confusion coming in. So it's a bit different here than the other 2 groups so far, but we'll have to see where it goes. There could be some sense of whatever the reason for that is. I don't know if you are just spending more time alone, or if you are in the process of moving from one kind of space to another somehow, but it feels like there is a little bit of confusion coming through. But I do feel that a lot of you, there's almost a sense of like opening a door very slightly and peeking out. So maybe over the next 6 months, you are going to be, I'm hearing allowing the dust to settle. So yeah, definitely for some of you, maybe you have just come out of something at the time that you find this. Maybe you've come out of something, or you have just kind of closed some sort of chapter or cycle, or this could be more energetic or spiritual. And it's like I see a lot of you having the door ajar and starting to look into how to come out of that door, or like what can I sort of dive into or explore. So yeah, and I will say, I think that there could be some profound healing for group number 3. Especially for those of you who found this after a time where you are aware that you have to grieve or heal something, or maybe you are just going to become kind of more aware that there are certain things that you need to heal, even if it's not like the most fun message here to receive. It may not be the entire 6 months, but I am strongly getting here that for some of you who chose this, it's like you either are going to have an experience that you would already probably know about or be feeling. This doesn't feel like an unexpected thing. This feels like you already know what this is, or you're already feeling that you're understanding that there's something that you have to close out or heal, or let your emotions kind of out with. And I think that a lot of you are going to be doing that over the next 6 months. And it does feel a bit like a hermit mode. And there is kind of like a slow feeling here. So I see for someone specific, something about a classroom. So I don't know if you're going to be going to school or going to a classroom. It could also be symbolic of you slowly embarking on a new course of study, even if it's not actual like study, you know. It could be, or it could just be like how they're showing it, of like studying sort of, I don't know how to put it, like your life path or discovering that. Yeah, so I will say, I think for you, group number 3, there could be a bit of a challenging 6 months here. I have to be honest with what's coming through. Again, of course, it doesn't mean that this is the entirety of the 6 months, and it doesn't have to resonate with everyone, but it feels a bit like choppy. Or it feels like there's some ups and downs that you may go through. And I think that whatever it's going to mean for you, of like this slow movement out of that. So maybe you're just going to slowly begin to like start this new course of study, or you're going to slowly start to like come out of a cave, or get to know some part of yourself again. And while also giving yourself space to breathe and to heal. Because I see a lot of you, like there's something that's felt like it's restricted you or blocked you from like being open. And I think you're going to be, again, like slowly coming out of that. And I am seeing a lot of you focusing a lot on work. So I don't know if you're building some kind of project or business, or if you're just going to be really prioritizing your work. I feel like there's a lot of focus on work and career in the next 6 months. But I feel like during this time, I think Spirit just wants to also come in with like a bit of a side note to give you a comforting message that it's okay to go through this. You are going to be receiving a lot of insights from Spirit during this process. And so it could be kind of a time to sit back and absorb it rather than to act too much, or rather than to force yourself out of something. Because it feels like there's a lot of things that are going to be coming in for you to kind of put together, or to absorb is the word that they keep using. So I think that for someone, there's a very important phone call coming in that just kind of came in from the side here. So maybe there's a very important phone call that you will receive that you're expecting, or that will hold an answer for you to something. For someone, there could be some conflict that you have with another person. So maybe you're like, and this won't be for everyone, but maybe you're in a relationship and you're like on the rocks with this person, or you're not sure if the two of you are going to like be together or stay together. There may be something here like that is going to be a little bit unknown to like, where are we going to go with this relationship? Or maybe you're going to kind of go through some ups and downs with spending time alone or being with this person. There's something like that for some of you. Yeah, and I just, because again, they are showing me like the Four of Cups in tarot, and I'm being shown this vision of you sitting and looking at all of the stars kind of above you passing by or something like that. And it's like you can reach out and grasp them, but you're not doing it, or you don't know if you should, or you feel confused. So I feel like there's maybe this confusing time period of like, which kind of goal do I reach for, or where do I go? And I think that for some, it's that you are kind of being called to dive more into those things and like really allow yourself to go towards these things that bring you fulfillment, or allow yourself to be guided by the new experiences that can kind of take you out of any funk. But it could also be this, you know, again, like embracing the in-between feeling. Next 6 months for group number 3. For someone specific, I do see here that something again about like a dead end. So I think somewhere between the time now and maybe 6 months or so, you may realize that you've reached a dead end, which could be career or relationship or several other things. And it feels like that realization is going to then pivot you into thinking about what else you can do, or what other path can I follow. So I do think it could be a little bit challenging for some of you with this dead end feeling, but I think Spirit just really wants to encourage you to know, if this is for you, that it does feel like it's for a reason. And I think that there may be other things that you are better suited for or meant for. And so if you do encounter that dead end, there's something of like raising the bar. They're showing me your star family coming up, and I'm hearing it's time to raise the standards or raise the bar. So yeah, I think it's a little bit like tricky. It almost feels like an obstacle course, or like we're running on this ground that has like rocks, and it's like it's not always smooth. So I think it's going to be a little bit of this like rocky road maybe for some of you, but I really feel like for this group, it's less of like the predictions, and I think there's more of like some guidance coming up from Spirit to really say that whatever does come to an end, or whatever has already come to an end, is really trying to prepare you for something that's going to help you to level up. So it feels very strong here to like really embrace this better or higher up path, or to know that whatever ends feels like it's rejection or divine protection. I'm also being shown some of you may, over the next 6 months, you may better understand the balance that you need between pushing and receiving, or giving and receiving. There may be some deeper understanding of like, I need this time for myself. Maybe you're working too much, or there's something that feels like it's like a very internal process of like piecing together what you need at this time and what would serve you kind of in the future. But it also feels like it's maybe like routine things, like your body, your self-care, and finding balance with that. For someone specific, I'm also getting, I think this came up for another group, but there could be somebody around you who's causing a lot of like pressure on you, or they're overbearing, or there's something here about having to, for some, I'm seeing that you are going to be becoming very clear over the next 6 months about either one particular person or a few people who somehow they cause distress for you, or they are not the best role model, or something feels like there's a, like I said, maybe it's like a boss, for example, doesn't have to be, but, and this person has a certain mindset of like pushing you to work so much, or they have a kind of belief that you have to keep working overtime to achieve something. And there's almost like a overbearing energy that I feel you're going to understand more clearly who the people are that you want around you, and what kinds of people you want to work for, or what kinds of people you associate with, and how to find what works for you. For someone, I'm hearing specifically, it could be your child's father or mother. That's just super specific. Maybe this person's causing a lot of issues for you. Maybe this person is not cooperating with you, something here. And I think that they're not really showing like what you're going to do about that. But I think there's some advice coming up to consider, like, how is this person affecting you? What do you need to do for your own health? For someone, yeah, I do feel like you could be, for some, it's like you're going on a short trip over the next 6 months. Like it could be a weekend, getaway, or it could be even like a week or something, to where you're taking time to go on a trip to kind of gather yourself. But for others of you, you could be deciding to pick up and move locations, or like just go somewhere else for a couple of months or so, or even longer. But yeah, I have to say, I feel like there's a strong feeling of a health focus in the next 6 months, not just like physical health, but spiritual health, mental health, emotional health, and really figuring out and deciding and sort of navigating that in the way that is going to be best for you. And I do think that since the energy I'm picking up on for group number 3 feels a bit restricted in a way, or feels kind of like it's a bit heavier for sure than the other 2 groups, I think there could be some advice coming in to try to make time also for fun and playfulness, and following your heart and soul right now with, like, again, what you need daily, but also what kind of other dreams do you have, and like how can you come out of this energy that you've been in, or how can you make the certain sacrifices that maybe you have to make right now to rise above this. Yeah, I do think there's somebody watching, that there's someone that you're going to be deciding to end things with, and it feels very, again, for some it could be an ex more so that maybe you have children with, or it could be just a current relationship, but there's something about that I think a lot of you are going to either see very clearly that this person is, I don't want this person in my life anymore, or something may happen with that the 2 of you have a falling out. But I think for a lot of you, it's more so that you're deciding that. because I do feel that as as I tap into that energy, it almost feels like it's energetically smothering you somehow. So I don't know if this person and you, if there's some kind of connection here where it's like it's unhealthy, or someone is causing a lot of interference in your life, but it could even be energetically. If it's not, for most of you, it's like, you know who this person is though, like as in they're in your life physically. But for some, I mean, it could be someone that you've had a hard time detaching from, and it's like their energy is lingering, but it's very unhealthy, or it's just not, it's not good. Anything else for the next 6 months for group number 3? Yeah, so again, I think this is the similar energy that keeps coming up. I just see a lot of you, for some it could be that you're slowly healing from like something with your health, and I'm just being shown you taking more time to do small baby steps, like just walking around the block I'm getting, or going to the park and walking lightly. And I can't tell if that's an actual thing, like that you need to take it slowly with your body because you're healing from something, or if it's more, again, like symbolic of starting to get yourself moving again or get yourself out there again. But there is a lot of this baby steps I'm seeing. Yeah, and just as a final message here, I do strongly feel like there's someone watching, that there's some kind of like conversation you're going to have with somebody, or like a final, I don't know, it could be a couple of different things. It could be like finalizing a separation or a divorce, or it could be having a conversation that, I don't know, gives you closure or airs things out. Something about, like, it looks like on paper though, so I don't know if it's a contract of some sort. But others of you, this is more of just like a conversation you're having. And if that is for you, Spirit does want you to know that, again, if this connection is coming to an end, I really do feel like it's time for that. And you would know if that's for you, because maybe it's been quite a while, or you've tried to make things work and it just won't work. And Spirit really does have something better for you. It feels like your energy has become stagnant with that person, or stagnated in that cycle. And they really want to say that there is something better for you. And so as you slowly open up to that, they're showing me somebody it's almost like their heart has been sewn shut, I think. And it's like it's being taken apart very, very slowly now. So yeah. And then the last thing, they're just giving that advice again to say to live your life, like live your life fully, or live your life the way you want to. Live your life in a way that you take full kind of advantage of every day. And I think that's going to be a lot of what you're going to come to understand over the next 6 months, and something that Spirit's going to want to give you the guidance on. But yeah, I will leave it here. I think group number 3, that's all I'm getting. I really hope that this could find who it was meant for. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below. Let me know if you enjoy these fire scrying readings, since I have not done them before on the channel. And if you do, then we'll do more of them. And yeah, don't forget to check out our Patreon for extra exclusive readings. And if you would like to book a private reading, I have those details down below. Also follow over on Instagram if you would like, for mini pick a card readings. But I will talk to you all in the next reading. Take care and lots of love.